Cedar Ridge is a little bit of a lot of things. We do cattle gathering, helicopter hog hunts, crop dusting, search and rescue, firefighting. We kind of cover a lot of bases, and you never know what you're going to have on any given day.
My name is Dustin Johnson. I'm a helicopter pilot. Started Cedar Ridge roughly 10 years ago. Graduated high school, went to college for 1 year, and that didn't go very well. So I entered into flight school, and I never quit once I got in flight school. Bought one helicopter, and one's turned into 20. Like everybody else wanted to be a pilot their whole life, I didn't want to be a pilot my whole life. So that's why it's not like, oh, I wanted to because my uncle was, and I don't have any of that. Yeah, I didn't like flying to vacation or anything, so everybody thought it was really weird that I wanted to go to flight school. Like everybody else that's worked here are the pilots. Oh, I wanted to fly my whole life. It's what I wanted to do when I was a kid. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I wanted to be a farmer like my dad, not a pilot. Since I come from a farming background, my family has always been in farming. Whenever I was a kid, I can remember my dad fighting the wild pig problem. Whenever we raised produce, we raised watermelons. Pigs were always tearing up the fields and crops. It seems like they've gotten worse and worse since then. So once I got my first helicopter, I really didn't have a lot of stuff to do. There was not a lot of paying jobs. It all really started with a county that joins us in Haskell County. The farmers there had enough. They were funding an organization that was hiring me to go shoot pigs. They contracted me. I would go weekly and shoot pigs for them. Actually, I met Garrett. He was a customer of mine whenever I first started. Then he worked for me for one summer, and then I had reached a point where I needed help more than I needed anything, and he showed a lot of interest in helping more than anything, so that's why we decided to enter into a partnership.
Garrett Durant, co-owner, operator of Cedar Ridge Aviation. I think it started in 2011 with Dustin. I think he started doing helicopter hog hunts and all that right around that time frame. Then I came and helped Dustin for a year in 2015. We went and sprayed, did all that type of stuff, came home, decided we wanted to partner up to make things grow and try to be on a little bigger scale. So I bought in 2016, and we've steadily grown. We've grown probably 400, 500% since that time. So the spraying side is probably what a large part of our general revenue is generated doing. We do that through the Midwest, kind of the Corn Belt, I guess you could call it, the I-States. There's a lot of different names for it. We go spray fungicide and insecticide on corn and soybeans. Then we do a lot of range and pasture spraying here locally at home, stuff like that. Yeah, I think our work environment, it's not for everybody. It's almost a very unstructured environment because you never know what's going to happen at any given time, and you're kind of being so versatile in what we do, you kind of have to be quick adapting and kind of think on the fly, move on the fly, and be ready to do something different at all times. I'd say everybody here, it all works as a team. It's not always very smooth. It doesn't seem smooth to the outside, but it always comes together in the end and creates a very well-oiled machine. A lot of people looking at the outside, looking in, it doesn't seem that way, but it always turns out that way. I think the biggest thing Cedar Ridge has done for me is giving us, opportunity for personal growth, giving us a place to grow the business and also grow your skill set, because it goes back to being multifaceted. You get to try so many different things. You get to be involved in so many different things, meet so many different people that it's kind of endless possibilities, endless options, endless things you get to see. You just really never know.
All right, my name is Georgia Ann Tucker. Everybody calls me GA. I prefer that because people don't get my name right usually anyways. And technically, my title here is Lodge Manager, but I do everything but fly. That's what I like to say, at least. Everybody that works here, we have like a pretty strong core group. We all have each other's back. We're pretty loyal to each other. We give each other a hard time, but at the end of the day, like if someone needs help, we will definitely be there and go help. I would say, so loyalty is probably the biggest thing. I can trust everybody. I feel like they respect me, even though we do give each other a hard time. Everybody has like a mutual respect. At the end of the day, Dustin and Garrett, they probably pick on me, maybe the most. maybe I'm an easy target. I'm not really sure. And like, we give each other a hard time all the time, but I feel like at the end of the day, like, they would do anything for me. I'd probably do anything for them to an extent. I mean, obviously, but I would say they're just really, they balance each other out as far as like bosses to work for. One is really unorganized and one's very organized and like no planning and very outgoing and social, and one's more behind the scenes, and they just have a really nice balance. And one does mostly with the airplanes and one does more with the helicopter. So it's kind of cool because I get to be like with each boss during the respective season, you know, hunt season or spray season. So it's pretty neat. So I will say that they're pretty good guys. They'll do a lot for anybody. Actually, at the end of the day, they like to give you a hard time about stuff, but I think that means that they like you. So maybe they do like me.
Okay. Hi, I'm Olivia Johnson, and I am the Chief Bean Counter at Cedar Ridge Aviation. So I just do the office work, paperwork, anything related to accounts receivable, accounts payable, and anything here in the office. I do like my job here. Yep, it's not too bad. It's a pretty good environment, and I get to work with my husband, so that's usually pretty good. And then I enjoy everybody that I work with, so it's great. Yes, it is an incredibly dangerous profession, and that's not lost on me. Every single time he flies, every single time he leaves, my heart stops a little, and I know that every day is precious, and I enjoy every single minute with him, and I hope that we get to enjoy lots more. Just having my family here, having my kids around, especially in the summers when they're out of school and they get to be here, and they love meeting all kinds of new people, flying, you know, with Daddy, and seeing the way we do it and being part of it is my favorite, definitely.
Okay. My name is Tandy McGoy, and I work in the office here at Cedar Ridge Aviation and Farmers First Ag. Probably not a funny memory, but I know I kind of felt like the first time I really belonged. I started here in March, and they almost left pretty quickly. In July, they left to go to Iowa, and so they're gone for 6 to 8 weeks. They came back mid-August, I guess, and then my birthday was in January. And whenever I came to work that day, there were balloons all over my office, and there was birthday cake and little gifts. Nothing crazy or anything like that, but when your office makes you feel wanted and special, you kind of know you belong somewhere. And that was kind of my first thought of, hey, I belong here, and they like me too. I know every job kind of says your family's what's most important, your family's what's most important, but here they really do live by that. Like, and they understand that my family comes first, and then kind of in part, then now they've become my family too, and it's a good feeling.
I'm Dan Godsy. I've been here a little over 4 years, I think. I can't remember exactly. But I mainly load chemical and fuel in airplanes when we're done spraying with airplanes. And then the rest of the time I just do whatever's needed. Maintenance in the shop, delivering chemicals, fertilizer, or whatever. Just a good place to work. And, it's a good job and good people.
I'm Cody Patchet. I am a chemical salesman and ground rig operator for Farmers First, which is a sister company to Cedar Ridge. What I like about it is the environment and doing things that most people don't get to do. We're kind of on our own, and I love dealing with the agriculture side with farmers and all of that. That's what I've always really enjoyed doing. Everybody we work with is a great group of people. I enjoy them, and Dustin and Garrett have always been great to me, so it's a good deal.
Marty, mechanic. Yeah, they treat me fairly well. I enjoy all of it, you know. The best part of the job is probably, well, without a doubt, it's watching all of them come in at night, and they're all here and see, you know. Yeah, they've always come back once they hit a wire, you know. They've all come back. Kevin's a good pilot. Most all the pilots, you know, are pretty easy to get along with, you know. Dustin and Garrett's been awesome. Office girl, she's done a lot for me. Yeah, they've all been good.
Hi, my name is Chad Burns. I've been with Cedar Ridge for about a year, and I'm one of the mechanics here. one of the aircraft we have here is on what they consider a Part 135 aircraft, so that we can transport people for a fee. We can take them to a different location. We can fly them around. It's like a charter or an air taxi service is what they consider it, so that we can move people from one place to another, and they'll just pay for us to move them like that. So that particular aircraft is under a little bit different regulations than some of the others, and so we treat that one a little bit different as far as how we operate it. After we do the maintenance or any repairs to the aircraft, we have to make what they consider logbook entries. They have books that stay with the aircraft or the engine, and so that's what we use to keep track of what's been done. And when they go to sell the aircraft or anything else, they have a record of what's been accomplished in that aircraft for the life of the aircraft. It's a pretty low key for the most part, except for when it's time for spray season. It gets a little crazy. It's very family oriented. It's like working with a big family. For me, it's just a lot of difference for working on helicopters, because I was previously on mostly just airplanes. And so it's just a new experience, and it's been pretty exciting and interesting to learn.
I'm Kevin Curry, a pilot at Cedar Ridge Aviation. Flying is what I'd always wanted to do. I got my pilot's license first, because the agricultural is what I wanted to do. I went to one of the ag schools for my fixed wing, and then after that started working with operators to learn. Yeah, there's a lot of versatility and opportunities here. I help with the maintenance, just try to be useful.
I actually had no idea where we were going to grow, and I still don't really know. I guess there's not really a plan for that I see. I'm not really the one that's the vision. I think Dustin's definitely the dreamer, and I'm a little more of the doer, so he has the plans and he has the ideas, and sometimes those don't look like what I would expect, but it's just been amazing to see it grow. The directions we've taken are surprising and exciting every day.
That's kind of what I would say drives me and Dustin both, is something new, a new challenge, a new goal to attain.
No, Cedar Ridge is nowhere close to what I expected it would be when we started. We've grown, 10 times bigger than I ever dreamed it'd be. I always thought whenever I started it'd be cool to have a 4-seat helicopter, because I was flying an R-22, and now that's all we have. So we exceeded our expectations.
Like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our socials. Check out our new Patreon page.